Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to begin the proceedings now. So we'll ask our guests in the room to please take your places. Those who are joining us online, I hope you can hear me, and it's time for that holding slide to change over. And we'll begin in just a moment once the room gets settled. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to AlterState 2024 program launch, presented by Arts Centre Melbourne and Arts Access Victoria. My name is Mama Alto, my pronouns are she, her, and I am your MC for today's proceedings. For guests who are joining us today or who are online who are blind or low vision, a quick audio description of myself. Mama Alto, a transgender mixed-race woman of colour with dark hair. I'm wearing all black and a very, very sparkly necklace. As we're at the beginning of today's event, I'll also give an audio description of the venue and the room that we're in. For those of you in the room and those online, we're here in the pavilion at Arts Centre Melbourne. It is a round room with gentle atmospheric lighting, tables and chairs, round tables, with a very beautiful and excited crowd gathering today, and big windows that look out on a very gloomy Melbourne day, but in here it is warm and jovial. I'll begin today by acknowledging that we're meeting on the lands and waters of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and soon we will be joined by Auntie Di Kerr for a welcome to country. But before I ask her to the stage, I'll introduce today's event and do some brief housekeeping, wayfinding, and access announcements. We'd like to welcome distinguished guests today, including Wurundjeri traditional owner and elder, Auntie Di Kerr, as well as welcoming any other Indigenous people joining us today. We give a shout out to the staff from Arts Centre Melbourne and Arts Access Victoria here today, who have worked hard to put together not only today's program launch, but the wonderful festival that it anticipates. We welcome our friends, artists, art professionals, and audience members who are here today. And we particularly welcome our deaf, hard of hearing, blind, low vision, neurodivergent, disabled, and chronically ill community members, plus our families, our friends, and our non-disabled allies. Or as I like to call them, our currently not yet disabled allies. In terms of housekeeping, wayfinding, and access, we have bathrooms, including accessible bathrooms, back out into the foyer through that door. And for the dedicated quiet sensory space, you can also head out into the next room through that door and staff will assist you. For the in-person event, we have Auslan interpreters, live captioning, and different speakers will be audio describing themselves as we take to the stage. Please also, if you need to, feel comfortable to or want to wear a mask, but do be aware that there might be some people at our event today who depend on lip reading for communication. This event is being live streamed and we welcome those joining us online. The lockdown periods ushered in a new era of recognition for hybrid, online and digital events, ways of working which disabled communities have long been asking for, and it's important and excellent that this continues. So now to introduce AlterState. It is a disability-led initiative presented by Arts Centre Melbourne and Arts Access Victoria. This year marks the third iteration of AlterState. In 2021, it was digital, in 2022 in person, and now in 2024. Significantly, AlterState is the largest disability-led initiative in Australia and the Southern Hemisphere. Truly, we are creating history. The 2024 theme is Disabled Futures, Glimpses of What to Come. And so this 2024 iteration is really only the beginning of deaf and disabled futures in the arts and creative industries. Now I'm thrilled to ask to the stage for our Welcome to Country traditional owner and Wurundjeri elder, Auntie Di Kerr. As she takes to the stage, I'll give an audio description for those who need it. Auntie Di, Wurundjeri Elder, is an older woman with white short hair. I've also been asked to describe what you're wearing, but I can't quite see it yet. A lovely cardigan and a badge with the Aboriginal flag proudly showing. Please put your hands together or put your hands up in the air and welcome Auntie Di Kerr.
Thank you. Don't take your necklace off. It will go home with me. I honour my ancestors and my elders, and I pay homage to this sacred ground that we're on. I wish to acknowledge any elders of different nations, all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander persons, any First Nations peoples from across the waters, and I acknowledge you all, and I pay my respects to your ancestors, elders and families. It's an honour and a privilege to be here today on the traditional country of my grandmother and mother and ancestors. My family lived along the Birrarung, the Yarra River, just behind Flinders Street Station there. And the history tells us how affluent the river was and provided food and shelter for my family. The MCG is our traditional ceremonial area. Where Government House is the camping ground between the Wurundjeri and the Boonwurrung. Between Richmond Football Club and the MCG are some scarred trees, also inclusive of a birthing tree. Down at Dights Falls, where it's the confluence of the Merri Creek and the Birrarung, are our initiation grounds. So all of Melbourne is really important to me, and I'm very lucky that I get to walk on my ancestors' footprints every day. And it helps me, and it gives me joy, and it gives me strength, because we all need to remember our ancestors and what they did for us. My journey in life has taken a little bit different journey because I now have a walker, a red one, my red Ferrari, and a walking stick if I only have to walk a little ways. And I'm going deaf. So hello, this is me now. But it's made me more aware. It's made me aware of how things are missing in our community for all people that are disabled. And it's also made me aware how disrespectful our communities are to people like ourselves. So I think my ancestors have given me this journey because we did have disabled persons in our family, but it was kept in the family. Now it's accepted, sort of. And now you're having this wonderful festival. Like, seriously, that is awesome. And we can be out there. We can be there. We can be a part of. And we're always treated that we weren't a part of. So I want to congratulate all of you for being proud of who you are and where you're going. I can't wait to see what you're going to show us in October. It's going to be like tissue time, you know, and then belly laugh time. But I think it's going to be wonderful. So can I just say, let's all talk together and share who we are and where you come from. The reason I say that is I firmly believe if we can understand each other, that we can live in harmony. When we live in harmony, we eradicate racism and stigma. And we pave the way for our younger ones. They can live in peace and walk our streets without fear of any harm. And all it takes is an open heart and an open hand. So I offer you all my hand in friendship so that we can journey together. May Bunjil, my creator, surround you all and give you strength and resilience. Womanjika, Wurundjeri Balak Yimangundi Bik, that means welcome to Wurundjeri country. And I say Nun Godjin, That means thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey today, and have a wonderful day. Nungojin.
Thank you, Auntie Daiker, for welcoming us to country today. It's especially wonderful to have you here just after NAIDOC week, because I imagine it was a very busy week for many people. Now we're going to welcome to the stage the CEO of Arts Centre Melbourne, Karen Quinlan. Please welcome Karen Quinlan to the stage. The audio description that we've been given for Karen is a white, slender woman with blonde shoulder-length hair, wearing, to be advised, wearing also all dressed in Melbourne black with a lavender scarf. Thank you, Karen.
It's great to be here. Thank you. I would also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we stand, the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people, and pay respects to their elders past and present. I also acknowledge the deep connections we have with the neighbouring Boonwurrung and Boonwurrung communities. And I also acknowledge Auntie Dai Kerr, any First Nations people who are with us today and online. I would also like to acknowledge Ian Carson, our Trust President, Trustee Lee Johns, and an apology from Melanie Smith, who couldn't make it, but all of the team who are here from Arts Centre Melbourne. And to you all, a big, big welcome. At Arts Centre Melbourne, we aspire to be a place where everyone is welcome and feels they belong. This was the aspiration for this place 40 years ago this year, when it was being planned, and it remains our determined hope for today and the future. Our sector leadership is inclusive and accessible programming, and initiatives such as Alderstate is central to this commitment. Alderstate is a disability-led initiative operating from the principle of nothing about us without us. It is the role of Arts Centre Melbourne as a major state and cultural institution to acknowledge and remove barriers of access and inclusion for all people. First launched in November 2021 as an arts and disability festival, Alderstate created a new realm of storytelling, art making, artist representation, and self-determination. After being awarded for significant contribution to the sector by the Victorian Green Room Awards in 2022, we are again proud to be creating and presenting Alderstate in partnership with Arts Access Victoria, Victoria's lead arts and disability organisation. Together, we hope Alderstate will accelerate the rate of culture change that can sometimes feel glacial. Alderstate is genuine recognition of the immense value that deaf and disabled artists bring to our cultural landscape. It is also an acknowledgement of the importance of the deaf and disability communities as an audience, and how we as an organisation can welcome these communities into our venues. I wish everyone involved in this year's program every success. I would like to acknowledge and thank Arts Access Victoria and Creative Victoria, and our many partners, supporters, collaborators, artists and presenters. Alderstate would not be possible without the assistance of the Australian Government through Creative Australia and the generous support of the Granger's Foundation and Mark Robertson and Anne Robertson. Mark and Anne also supported our Where the World Turns schools tour, along with John and Jenny Leaper, Maureen Wheeler and Tony Wheeler, John Barlow, Ian and Simone Carson, and the Cassandra Gantner Foundation. And finally, thank you to our own programming and producing teams here at Arts Centre Melbourne for their extraordinary work. It takes a village, as we all know, but I would like to acknowledge Anna Molnar, Associate Producer, Access and Inclusion, our lead producer, John Fleming, and Jodie Mundy, OAM, Creative Producer of Access and Inclusion, and the Creative Land for Alderstate. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Karen Quinlan, CEO of Arts Centre Melbourne. Please join me now in welcoming to the stage the newly appointed CEO of Arts Access Victoria, Joshua Pether. The audio description we have provided for Joshua Pether is a man with brown skin, dark hair, glasses, and today he is wearing stripes. Please welcome Joshua Pether.
Thank you, everybody, and good evening. My name is Joshua Pether, and I'm the newly appointed CEO of Arts Access Victoria. I'm also the first Indigenous person to hold this role, and I would like to acknowledge my mob, the Kalkadoon clan from North Queensland. It is a tremendous privilege to hold this title and to represent First Nations mob in an otherwise Eurocentric and white sector of our arts society. Arts Access Victoria, AAV, as it has become known, started in 1974 by Judy Morton, and we've just celebrated our 50th anniversary this year. We're also one of the longest running disability arts organisations in the country, with AAV leading the way in our sector for the important conversations we need to have on a national and international level, and for developing innovative and world-class art and artists who are unlike any other in our sector. We started out working in institutions across prisons, hospitals, schools, residential care homes, and this led to the organisation developing its studio programs and many bespoke performances throughout the years. Today, AAV's focus is working with deaf and disabled people, and we are proudly disability-led, with the majority of our board and staff proudly identifying as disabled. Our vision is cultural equity for all deaf and disabled people, and our purpose is to lead systemic and transformational change in the sector that benefits all disabled and deaf people in our community. Our values at AAV are authenticity. We are authentic in everything we do. We tell the stories that need to be told. Pride. We recognise our value and we start from a place of disability pride. We do not try to hide this, but rather celebrate it. Leadership. We embody and promote disability leadership and provide a collective voice. Impact. We lead brave conversations that lead to transformational change. And curiosity. We ask, we listen, we learn. Many of our values align with Alta State, and it is for this reason that AAV are delighted to partner with Arts Centre Melbourne to deliver Alta State 2024, Disabled Futures, a glimpse of what is to come. On another note, as one of the foundation artists who started the conversation of Alta State in 2019, I am personally proud of what has been achieved. I would like to thank the fellow foundation artists, Rodney Bell and Carly Finlay, for their wisdom and knowledge that has become the backbone and foundations of Alta State. With the principles of equity, disability pride, disability consciousness, crip time, aesthetics of access, reduced barriers, and accountability, embedded firmly in the way Alta State functions and breathes across our sector. AAV is proudly part to be part of a legacy of art and transformational change for 50 years, and we welcome our partnership with Alta State and Arts Centre Melbourne as we turn towards the future and imagine another 50 years where disability is at the centre of not only Victoria, but Australia's collective artistic vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joshua Pether. And now joining Joshua on stage to officially launch the program for Alta State 2024 is the creative lead of Alta State 2024 and Arts Centre Melbourne's creative producer of Access and Inclusion, Jodie Mundy, OAM. Jodie is a white woman with shoulder-length brown curly hair. She has big blue-green eyes and lots of big jewellery.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Okay. Hello, everyone online too. My name is Jodie Mundy, and I'm really honoured to be here with all of you today to share the Alterstate 2024 program. Oh, we're finally here. And what a privilege to be standing here, not only with Arts Access Victoria's new incoming CEO, but also the First Nations curator of the 2024 Alterstate program. Before we dive into all of the program, I want to acknowledge Arnie Dai-Kerr. Thank you so much for being here with us and holding space for us and your wisdom and trust. And to all the First Nations people here today. And also, I'd like to recognise the Arts Centre Melbourne Trust, Arts Access Victoria's board, the executives, all of the staff, our management and our colleagues. And I'd also like to give a huge warm welcome to all of the Alterstate allies and partners and the alliances, to all the artists, to all of your teams, to all of your families, your friends and your communities who support all of us to do this kind of work and to nourish us in this change-making work that we do within our communities. I also want to send a special message of love through the Auslan interpreter to the members of the deaf community who are here today, including my mum and dad and my brothers and niece, nibblings and family and friends. And so I want to just say that it's because of the deaf community whose shoulders that I stand on, who raised me with the values of access and inclusion and taught me to listen to others with an open heart, outstretched hands, a quiet mind and eyes wide open. Ooh, something's happening to my clicker. Ooh. Excuse me a second. Technology. Flip, flip. Oh, what's going on? Hang on. Sorry. Done. Okay. Sorry about that. As a coder, a child of deaf adult, and someone with who was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness 5 years ago, my life changed very drastically as I became disabled myself. And so it's a really deep privilege to be here leading Alterstate. And it's something that none of us in our community would even imagine that we'd be standing here having a festival for our community at Australia's largest arts centre. It, at that time, seemed like an impossible dream, right? So, our ambition, come step forward with me. It's just this mic, isn't it? The mic. Our ambition with Alterstate is to alter the current state of the arts ecosystem by investing in disability leadership. And that's as a creative intervention to bring about cultural equity, systemic and structural change. Our curatorial inquiry for the program, Disabled Futures, A Glimpse of What's to Come, is a hint at that this is only just the beginning. And we had some questions, didn't we, Joshua?
Yes. So the first question was, how can we support and cultivate First Nations deaf and disabled artists?
How can we envision a collective alter state?
What do deaf and disabled futures look, sound and feel like?
And how are we all going to get there? And that's everybody. How are we all going to get there? The theme that we chose was to set a tone for the future and to ask all of us to collectively envision the role that Alterstate could play for all of us, disabled or not disabled. Access and equity takes all of us to collaborate together, and these were our questions. And so these questions we've asked, but the plan is that through the program and during the festival, we will find the answers together, and that these answers will assist us to lay down the path for the future of Alterstate and for the arts and creative industries. So now we'd like to present to you the Alterstate trailer, exclusive. Here we go. Exciting. And press play.
Alterstate 2024.
2nd to 13th October in Auslan.
Disabled Futures.
A glimpse of what's to come. My name is Kath Duncan and my pronoun is she, her. I am short, round, with blue curly hair.
In Auslan, I'm Danny, and this is my sign name. I'm she, her. I love wearing bright colours and dangly earrings.
My name is Kitty Obsidian, my pronouns are they, he, and I am Gamilaroi and Rodri mob. Big lashes, big makeup, loud prints, and a lot of pink.
I'm Joshua Pether. I'm wearing glasses and I am of a brown complexion.
My name is Dominic Brad. My pronoun is Ian. My art form is comedy figure guy.
Hi, I'm Kin Francis. My pronouns are they, them. I have a black leather handbag with studs, and I think I look really sexy today.
In Auslan, I use he, they pronouns, and my sign name is Salomon. I do quite a lot of different art forms, like visual art, poetry, storytelling, yeah.
In Auslan, I'm Walter Kadiki. I'm a black man with a cap and glasses, and I'm wearing a t-shirt and jeans.
My stage name is Sarah Birdgirl, and my pronouns are she, her. I wear glasses, I have blonde hair.
Disabled futures.
A glimpse of what's to come.
How can we support and cultivate First Nations deaf and disabled leadership?
In Auslan, how can we all envision a collective alter state?
What do we want our disabled futures to look,
sound, and feel like?
How are we all going to get there?
In Auslan, presented by Arts Centre Melbourne
and Arts Access Victoria.
Across 7 venues in Melbourne.
Alter State 2024.
In Auslan, deaf and disability led.
In Auslan, over 90 deaf and disabled artists.
We have an elder in residence,
a First Nations program,
ideas in exchange,
in Auslan, keynotes, panels,
First Nations deaf and disabled yarning circle. Yes, I'm so excited.
Disability and diaspora.
In Auslan, contemporary art.
In Auslan, music,
film,
Art.
Dance.
Performance.
And also baggy.
in Auslan, installations,
Workshops.
In Auslan, Alter State Academy.
In person and online.
Accessible.
Disabled for the action over the time.
2nd to 13th October.
In Auslan, see you there.
Website, artcentermelbourne.com.au/Alter State.
Logos, foundation partners, Arts Centre Melbourne, Creative Victoria, Arts Access Victoria, Alter State allies, Creative Australia, Australian Government. Alter State has been assisted by the Australian Government through Creative Australia, its principal arts, investment and advisory body. Arts Centre Melbourne's Alter State program was made possible by the generous support of Mark Robinson OAM and Anne Robertson with the Granges Foundation. Do you like it? Yay! Everyone did such a great job. Okay, so, now. Oops. Oh, man, I'm not good at this. I'm sorry. No. Help! Help!
This is cabaret.
Oh, this is bad. The clicker. Help! No, I'm at the right spot. Yes. Yeah. Maybe you drive it. You drive it. Yeah, sorry.
Drive it, not me.
Joshua, it's your turn now.
Thanks, Jodie. I'd like to introduce the First Nations program for Alter State 2024. So part of the First Nations program for Alter State 2024, we'll have an elder in residence, Auntie Di Kerr. And we also have a First Nations deaf and disabled yarning circle. So the image description that you see on the slide is Wurundjeri Senior Elder Auntie Di Kerr with fair hair sits under a gum tree looking towards the camera. We are thrilled to announce Auntie Di Kerr, traditional owner of Wurundjeri Senior Elder, as Alter State's inaugural Elder in residence. Her presence, knowledge will be with us to guide us through the Alter State program. Auntie Di Kerr is a respected elder of the Wurundjeri tribe and a mother, stepmother, foster mother to 5 children, grandmother and auntie to many across several generations. Born in Melbourne in 1954, Auntie Di identifies with the Goran Willem Balak clan of the Wurundjeri, where she has resided all of her life. Auntie Di has devoted much of her life to her local community as both a mentor and foster carer, has worked in various fields including childcare, education, native title, stolen generation support, and other community work. Her passion, however, lies in the social and emotional well-being of Aboriginal communities. Auntie Di has been actively involved with the Royal Women's Hospital in Melbourne. In 2013, she chaired the hospital's Community Advisory Committee and was also a member of its Consumer Committee. She helped found research at the University of Melbourne's Heart Research Centre around mental illness and chronic disease afflicting the Wurundjeri people. Auntie Di believes that many Aboriginal people's health problems stem from a type of post-traumatic syndrome disorder, which seeps into our culture and comes from the stress and distress of being removed off country. Since 2014, Auntie Di has been conducting women's ceremonies for Aboriginal girls, enabling girls to approach womanhood with confidence, having gained a connection to country, knowledge of their identity, and a general sense of well-being. Auntie Di is committed to improving the lives of those around her. The responsibility of guiding younger generations is very important to her, and she works hard to uphold Aboriginal culture in a modern, urbanised world. So next slide. So the next slide is First Nations Deaf and Disabled Yarning Circle, and is presented by Arts Centre Melbourne, Arts Access Victoria, Yurumboy Festival, and Creative Australia. So the image description is a painting named Inclusion by Wiradjuri disabled artist Uncle Paul Calcott. His traditional Australian First Nations art symbols are used to represent people with disability being included in and contributing in the yarning circle. For the first time in our history, Arts Centre Melbourne will be host to the first ever gathering of First Nations artists with a disability. Alder State starts off with an important milestone that will be forever etched into the collective consciousness of Australia's arts community. The closed event welcomes Indigenous deaf and disabled artists and 8 delegates hosted by Creative Australia from all nations across Australia and the Torres Strait, along with local mob from metropolitan and regional Victoria. Mob will gather under the guidance and wisdom of the elder in residence Auntie Di Kerr, who will set the tone of the day by offering us the provocation, what is the future of disability from the perspective of First Nations knowledge and understanding? Led by myself and Uncle Paul Calcott, Wiradjuri, a trailblazer in the disability advocacy world, Mob will gather for the first time to yarn about the most important things that have been hidden away from the world and the things we've been afraid to say. This event is generously supported by funds through Creative Australia, along with support from Yurumboy Festival, Arts Access Victoria, and Alder State. It will be on the 2nd of October, both in person and online. Whoops. Whoa. Back. Cool. Welcome to Country. The official Welcome to Country on the 2nd of October takes place after the yarning circle. Image description. A close-up shot of a circular fire pit holds burning native leaves with smoke foaming and spreading towards the sky. The official Welcome to Country takes place on the Arts Centre Melbourne forecourt to honour connection to country and to gather together for a smoking led with a Wurundjeri traditional owner. Smoking is an important part of healing, and this is vital for deaf and disabled communities who have historically been segregated from the arts and society at large. This is an opportunity for all of us to gather and connect to country and to each other as we heal on country. Thank you.
That makes me nervous, that clicker.
I'll do it for you.
You do it for me, thanks.
If I'm doing it right.
Oh,
God.
Contemporary art and performance. God, we're a pair, aren't we?
Yes, I'll help.
No, it's really sensitive. Anyway, it's okay to be sensitive. Okay, so the first thing we'd like to reveal as part of contemporary art and performance is Private View by Restless Dance Theatre. We are really excited to have them here. I'll just describe the image. The dancers Gianna Georgiou and Madeline Macchiera are seen in a bedroom setting. Madeline is holding a Polaroid camera above her face and both are looking towards the camera. Fresh from its world premiere at Adelaide Festival with sellout seasons and rave reviews, we are so excited to be hosting this beautiful show. It's a voyeuristic new work by Restless Dance Theatre and directed by award-winning choreographer Michelle Ryan and the Restless Dancers and composer and singer Carla Lipsis. Audiences are invited into a world of unspoken stories and secret longing. Private View challenges preconceived attitudes towards sex and disability.
Woo!
Here is a trailer noting for the blind community For the deaf community, this video has no talking, so there's no captions. However, there is audio descriptions embedded for the blind and low vision community. Okay. Press play.
Press play.
And then again.
And again.
In a theatre, intense close-ups of women's faces fill a curtain. Dancers use a phone, cry and gaze into each other's eyes. A dapper dancer ceremoniously opens a curtain. Pale translucent curtains surround a living room set. The back wall is clad with layered envelopes. Performers sing and dance dynamically. As a dancer writes, handwritten text is projected on the envelope wall. Hands protrude from the Venetian blinds now surrounding a round green bed. Dancers move sensuously and exuberantly. One highlights her breasts, then flops onto a bed as she uses the phone. A performer in the audience holds one receiver while talking to a performer on stage. One hangs up theatrically. In a sparse set surrounded by glass panels, a dancer stands motionless as her shadow flops and sways. She dances fervently on a stool. Dancers snuggle cheek to cheek, a glass panel separating them. Messages are projected behind three performers on a couch. They horse around. As a dancer writes, "Love Takes Time" is projected on the envelope wall. Confetti flutters onto the dancing audience. Text, private view by Restless Dance Theatre as part of Alderstate 2024. 2 to 6 October, the showroom. Alderstate Foundation partners, Arts Centre Melbourne, Creative Victoria, Arts Access Victoria. Alderstate allies, Major Festivals Initiative, Australian Government, Creative Australia. Alderstate has been assisted by the Australian Government through Creative Australia, its principal arts investment and advisory body. Arts Centre Melbourne's Alderstate program was made possible by the generous support of Mark Robertson OAM and Anne Robertson with the Granges Foundation.
Okay, next up, this is like the menu now, it's so exciting. When the World Turns is coming back. Poly Theatre and Oiley's Cart, beautiful work. I'll just describe the image. A young girl holds a cardboard tube to her mouth as if holding a megaphone. A woman leans in as if listening to a message. A piece of brown paper is scrunched up into a ball, seated in front of the young girl on a table covered in hessian. And in the background we see paper and fabric foliage and purple pools of light. We are so thrilled to have this work return. Basically, school communities are able to see, hear and touch this strange, rustling, breathing world as it reveals itself. Starting out in classrooms, this fantastical adventure will be one young people and their families and educators will remember. And this show is available for specialist development schools across Victoria for free, amazing, from term 3 to 4. So if you are from a specialist school, please contact us, and Polyglot would love to bring this work to your school. Next. Okay, another really exciting work that we're very excited to announce. Melbourne Fringe and Arts House, in association with Arts Centre Melbourne, Alderstate, present Conduit Bodies by Dr. Melinda Smith, OAM, who is over here in the front row, fresh from Europe. Yes. Image description. A photo of Melinda on stage is sitting in her wheelchair. She has short, sandy blonde hair and is looking up towards the ceiling, wearing an orange jumpsuit and a long-sleeved top underneath with an abstract pattern in blue, pink, purple and orange. I love a onesie. Performed by dancer and poet and visual artist Dr. Melinda Smith, OAM, with instrument inventor, composer and percussionist Alion LSR. Conduit Bodies explores the relationship between technology and the body, disability, assistive technology, and the natural world. In Conduit Bodies, Smith straps air sticks to both her body and her wheelchair, taking us on a journey which challenges what constitutes dance and who dance is for. Can't wait for this one. Okay, next we have visual artist Emily Dober. Rhythm in Ruby Shoes is a solo exhibition presented by Footscray Community Arts Centre. Emily welcomes us into her world of her dynamic watercolour and gouache paintings. It's inspired by the rhythm of dance and the spirit of performance. And through intricate costumes and bold colours, Emily celebrates body diversity and challenges the mainstream gender portrayals. She draws inspiration from beloved musicals and films, and her artwork carries a nostalgic charm resonating with personal and social themes. So you can catch her work at Footscray Community Arts Centre.
Okay. And this is the work that I'm creating, which has not been created yet, which will be interesting. But anyway, it's called Phases, and it's the Victorian College of the Arts presented. It's a performance event created in collaboration with the students at VCA Theatre Company 2025. So the image description is 4 performers stand on the stage. 2 of the performers are holding up another as they lean diagonally with an expressionless face. The 4th performer looks onwards at the trio a few steps to the side. The stage is covered with fabrics and materials that cover most of the stage and the foreground. So to describe this work, it looks at the idea of duration as part of the performance. So over the 3 nights that the performance happens, the work will occur for about 4 hours, and then that will pick up from the last night's performance. So it's continual performance for about 12 hours in duration. And it looks at my idea of durational performance and ritual ceremony as a way to collectively imagine what would be something like a durational ceremony as part of Alter State 2024.
Love it. Okay, next up we have Eliza Hull. Fabulous performance from her presented by Melbourne Recital Centre. The image shows Eliza Hull seated on a stool against a green background wearing a dark green velvet dress, and she's looking directly into the camera with her shadow behind her. An award-winning musician, author, and disability advocate within the music space, come witness Eliza up close and personal as she unveils her brand new unreleased songs from her highly anticipated upcoming album, slated for release in 2025. Next up, we have Tactile Creations by Erica Tandoori, presented by the National Gallery of Victoria. So the image here is a right hand exploring a tactile surface, creating a cell with another person's right hand on top, guiding them. The tactile surface is made up of different items, including wires, cables, beads, and stones. Erica is an award-winning artist with low vision, and she's inviting everyone to embark on a multi-sensory journey through the world of immunology, the study of the human immune system. In this inclusive art-making workshop, which is really hands-on, you can produce your own scientific creation using raised lines, drawing, and tactile objects. This workshop is open to all ages and people with disability and without disability, including those with blindness, low vision, and other disabilities. All materials are provided. Next, we have Soft Connections by Amy Claire Mills, presented by Arts House and Arts Centre Melbourne Alter State. The image here, 3 pieces of beautifully bright coloured and playfully embroidered blankets hang suspended from the ceilings with the words, "Have you tried? Oh, you'll be fine," and "Pearls of wisdom, suck it up." Soft Connections showcases pieces from Amy Claire Mills' extensive portfolio of vibrant quilts and interactive artworks included Unsolicited Advice, This Will Only Hurt for a Second, and Soft Places. Taking over Arts House foyers, Unsolicited Advice is a body of work developed over a lifetime of navigating, and you'll know this, awkward, unsolicited, and often invasive advice Mills has received because she's disabled. Extracts of these conversations have been sewn onto the vibrant quilts, which the audience will be invited to interact. Okay. And very excited about this one too. Arts House and Arts Centre Melbourne presents Specials, a development showing. Arts House and would like to share the image description with you first, sorry. A black and white photo shows a cute 5-year-old, Kath Duncan, donned with a white bow in her curly hair, wearing a white little dress. She's looking down curiously at an object of which she is holding with her prosthetic arm. Specials, The Special Kids Are Revolting, a play by Kath Duncan about her years in special ed as a child. Starring an all-disabled cast, including Jack Brady as Nurse Grease, this play is full of twisted, hilarious, and awful moments where two special kids start a revolution. Now, this is going to be really incredible. I do believe maybe that Nurse Grease... What? Oh, no. Okay, Josh, no. You're here. Oh, no. We'll go down here.
I'm not fussy. Form an orderly queue. Nurse Grease. Put your hands together for Nurse Grease. Nurse Grease is an invention by myself and Jack Brady, along with four other characters in specials. I hated special ed. I hated going to special school. If you want to find out more why and how that works, you're going to have to come along to our showings at Arts House October 8th and 12th, and you'll see more then. During the course of researching specials, I actually ended up interviewing 11 former students, 2 former teachers, and members of my own family. So everything that happens in specials actually did happen. Now, what Nurse Grease is talking about here is the special hygiene test. Believe it or not, at special school, sitting in your classroom, you can actually be dragged out of your classroom and locked in a small room with Nurse Grease and another person with a clipboard, the stopwatch, and believe it or not, the special hygiene and self-help test involved taking off all your clothes, and in my case, 2 prostheses, and putting them all back on again while you were timed. I kid you not. So, as any good artist does, I took such horrendous moments and used them for this play. And we're going to do just a quick scene here. And, I should say, just one of my favourite lines, Nurse Grease would have been a wonderful wife and mother if only she hadn't chosen to go into special ed. Or the ideal hitman, a top-notch butcher, or perhaps a never-miss bombardier. We're really excited that we're going to premiere some highlights with Arts House and their warehouse residency program in October. I'd also like to thank Arts Centre Melbourne and, of course, Arts Access Victoria. Happy birthday! Woo! Okay, let's get to this scene. I know I'm being putting it off. So ordinarily, where's Anthony Julian? Ordinarily, Anthony Julian plays Simon. Woo! We just thought he was a bit too much of a... we thought he was too big a star to make him go up here twice. So what's happening is, in this scene, it's right at the end of the scene, and Simon has resisted every single attempt from Nurse Grease to take his clothes off, put them back on again. And Nurse Grease right now is frustrated and not amused. Take it away, Nurse Grease. Do you know what this means, Simon? You'll never go to normal school. You'll be a mistake and a misfit all of your life.
Because I won't undress in this room.
It's what your opposition says about you.
Nobody times me undressing in front of them but you.
There could be a fire, a plague of locusts, scabies. What will you do if you cannot manage your clothing?
I'll do it if I really have to.
The fire alarm has gone off. People are running around. Let's start.
Get out of the building! Simon runs off. Nurse Grease turns off the stopwatch. Oh, sorry, I'm ripping my mic off there. Sorry about that. Run! The building's on fire.
Simon.
We need an axe.
Get back here!
And off I go.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
I really do try. But I'm a missionary in the jungle with the heathens, cannibals. The children are aberrant, appalling, atypical, askew, broken, beastly, contaminable, combative, evil, dastardly, deathly. I do have a list. Disagreeable, disorderly, distasteful, disturbing, empty, erratic, excruciating, foul, flatulent, freeloading, ghastly, gross, heedless, helpless, hideous, hopeless, idle, ignorant, ill-mannered, irksome, regular, jabbering, joyless, kaput. Loathsome, lazy, mindless, mutant, nasty, nauseating, objectionable, off-putting, perverse, quarrelsome, repulsive, revolting, rotten, smelly, scrounging, spiteful, troublesome, ugly, vile, villainous, vindictive, witless, whining, uncouth, undesirable, unemployable, unlikable, unnecessary, unorthodox, unpalatable, unpleasant, unpredictable, unreliable, unseemly, unsettling, unsightly, unsound, unthinking, untrustworthy, out of order, junks.
Yes.
Thank you. I do hope that the school recognises the school nurse's talent and hard work and promotes me to headmistress. If I have made it thus far off the backs of this misshapen hellspawn, so can you. Trust no one.
Thank you, Nurse Grace. Otherwise known as Jack Brady, and from the beginning of August we're going to be beavering away at the warehouse, ready to bring you the good stuff in October. Thank you so much. Do come.
That was foul, distasteful, disgusting. Oh, we cannot wait. We cannot wait.
Yeah.
We're so excited. Yeah, of course.
That's all
no,
right.
no, don't apologise at all. Really is
take your
crypt
time.
time today.
Take your time.
Okay, ideas and exchange, the next part.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, so first off, we're starting off with a Alta State symposium. Woo! I know, 2 days where we can all get together and have the conversations that we really need to have. So hosted by Uncle Paul Constable Calcott, Wiradjuri Disabled Elder, and Caroline Bowditch. There'll be keynotes and panels and industry roundtables.
And day one starts off with reflections from Arnie Dyer-Kerr, Elder in Residence, a provocative keynote entitled The Future of Ceremony, and it's curated by myself. The keynote opens with a reflection of the future of ceremony from the perspective of disability. What are First Nations artists doing in the disability community to create and perform their ceremonies? How does disability inform these practices, and is this the future of ceremony? This event is proudly presented by Arts Centre Melbourne, Alta State, Arts Access Victoria, Yurrumboi Festival and Creative Australia. Speakers are to be announced.
Also, we have some other keynotes from Michelle Ryan, the Artistic Director of Restless Dance Theatre. Sorry, just go down there. And that will be also a panel exploring disability leadership, which will be featuring artists Janice Florence from Weave Movement Theatre, Heidi Everett from Skitsy Inc., Danielle Constance from Sprung Dance Inc., and Sigrid McDonald from Flow Festival. Day 2, we're going to have an international artist spotlight presented by Alta State and MAV, which is soon to be announced. You just have to find out, but it is really exciting. And I can't tell you today, but we will. And then in the afternoon, on the second day, we're going to have roundtable discussions about the future of arts and disability with industry as well, with the intentions to lay down a roadmap for the future of Alta State, so we can collectively design what we want to see. The next one, we have a collaboration with MAV, formerly known as Multicultural Arts Victoria, and funded by the City of Yarra. This is the BIPOC Creative Access Collective. The image here is a beautiful photo of Pearl Black, who's sitting here, who has black curls, beautiful black eyes, brown skin with lots of brown freckles, and she's got the most beautiful smile looking towards the camera. This is an event that is for deaf and disabled BIPOC creatives, and they are invited to co-design creative access, an emerging ecology that melds creativity, accessibility, personal authenticity, and wellness. The artists include, which is led by Pearl Black, Loz Sorono, Navi Karan, and Natasha Perez. So that's really exciting, and it's so good to see all the MAV mob here. Back to Eliza Hull with that beautiful, I'm looking at that screen, Deaf Stories and the moving image presented by Acme, Flow Festival and the Other Film Festival. We're very excited to have Ramas McRae, the deaf filmmaker, and the image of Ramas here is him standing on stage, and he's wearing a t-shirt that says Deaf Vibe, I really want one, and a black hat and wearing jeans, and he's signing towards the camera. And Ramas is known for his big red beard. So Deaf Stories is told through Auslan, unlike any other you've experienced. The true visual and living language is brought to life through the medium of film. Led by himself and one other very exciting storyteller, you will witness a screening showing the art of deaf storytelling in Auslan captioned through the lens of film. Next, we have Songwriting Workshop by Eliza Hull. If you want to delve into songwriting with Eliza, there will be a free workshop, and this is presented by the Recital Centre. This session is for people of all backgrounds and disability or non-disabled, and will cover collaborative rhythm making, lyric writing, melodic hooks, writing a brief and song structure. Every person will have the start of a song by the end of the session. I'm definitely going to that one. Okay, and now I'm going to whip through the next series, but it's called Alter State Academy. Basically, Alter State Academy, I'm really excited about this one, is for deaf and disabled high school students. And it's all led by deaf and disabled artists. So good! And it's going to be at the Channel. So day one features Carly Findlay and Andy Jackson. Day two features improvisation in performance with Caroline Bowditch. Day three is visual storytelling in Auslan and performance with Danny Wright and Salomon Gerber. Day four, comedy writing for the stage with Alistair Baldwin and Oliver Hunter. And day five is you.
Oh. Well, it's not me.
Oh, no, you.
But it's the Manifesto, which writes a disabled future, which we will get Andy Snelling to come up and talk to us about the Manifesto. And he's...
A second.
In a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
in a sec.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then that's the last day. So of those 5 days, students are invited to come to all of the workshops, or they can just come to one. But if they do want to be part of a final performance, that will be shown at the Ideas and Exchange Symposium, the Alter State Symposium on the Friday afternoon. So do let all your young people that you know who are deaf and disabled in high schools, I'm looking at my nibling sitting right there at the front table, you must go. Please let them know. It's part of the school holiday program, so it's optional, but it'll be wonderful to see these young people there. Next up, we have also a workshop led by Jess Kapunsky-Evans, presented by Monash University. Jess's workshop is about creating accessible theatre, and it will start with a 1-hour exploration and discussion of her existing text from the Waiting Room Arts Company. It's a new work that she's made called 2050, a post-apocalyptic drama about Melbourne Naarm in the year 2050, exploring environment, disability, and asking, what does utopia mean to you? Next up.
and The Gathering, which is Arts Access Victoria's forum for deaf and disabled artists and industry guests. The Gathering at the Channel will be a hybrid event. You can join in person or online via Zoom. Each session of The Gathering has a different focus, and the one for Alta State will be announced in time. The Gathering is supported by the City of Melbourne and Arts Centre Melbourne.
Okay, next up, we have the next stream, creative interventions in the public realm. So this one is over to you.
Yes.
Yep.
And this is the Manifesto. And this is Arts Access, presented by Arts Access Victoria. And I will describe the image in front of us. A photo of 4 performers in pairs facing one another, their arms outstretched with captions projected behind them. Transmit Futures are creating performance manifesto for disabled futures. All of you can contribute to the manifesto, which is on those 2 tables over in that direction, and visit AAV's Portable Disability Arts Space Nebula on the Arts Centre Melbourne forecourt. Join us for the manifesto performance happening each Friday of Alta State Nebula AAV's Portable Disability Arts Space. Will be open as a participatory art installation for audiences to contribute their ideas to the manifesto for cultural equity and disabled futures. We now have a segment of the performance of the manifesto, and Andy, would you like to come up and explain a bit more?
I sure would. Hello to the awesomeness that is this room. So I'll keep it brief. We are the Transmit Futures Ensemble. We are presenting the manifesto. An Alta State, if we're going to achieve it, requires a manifesto, right? So we've been playing with experimental theatre, lots of different forms, and effectively looking at how we can share our individual personal lived experiences shared as story, and the intersection point where all those individual stories weave together a tapestry of humanity, I guess, that is our broader shared experience. So some of you may have engaged with our Butcher's papers with some interesting and somewhat provocative questions that we had for you as you entered today. We have captured your answers here, and the ensemble have no idea what you have written. They are about to find out, and we are going to create a short, improvised storytelling piece, a sharing from the heart, based off of what you have written, okay? So are we ready? Yeah, are we ready?
Are you any good? I didn't think I was, but I'm learning that I may be through the opinions of those I value.
I'm Michelle, and I'm the eldest of 4 siblings. And my dad told me to look after my brothers and sisters and be good. Good is boring, and I don't want to be good anymore, Dad.
Hi, my name's Anne. I would like to show my presentation today in front of everyone. I really love to be involved in music therapy. Every week I go to music therapy. I don't have any rehearsal. And every single session, I don't prepare in advance, and I learn and pick up lots of things as I'm playing the piano myself. I'm learning as I go, and I really enjoy playing the piano a lot. I'm hearing impaired myself, and but that's not an issue for me for my playing piano. Thank you, everyone.
question was, am I any good? I think you are all brilliant for being here, and I believe that God is the only thing that is good and that is pleasing in our life, and that we can all be good in that way and serve Him. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Mark Smith. I had a car accident in 1995. I was in a wheelchair for a year and a half. I was in a coma. A neurologist told me that I'd never walk again, and sort of gave me more determination. I'll show you, kind of thing. Are you any good? Well, I had to believe I was good to rehabilitate as far as I have. And that's it. Thank you.
My name's Anthony, and I think the question of whether or not I'm any good, to put an emphasis on other people's opinions, it's not always enough. The funny thing about that is it's other people's opinions that can make you doubt yourself in the first place. So I guess it's really a matter of finding a balance between the two. What message would you leave for the future of disability? I hope you don't understand the definition of barriers.
I did have some sort of an answer. Anthony, could you please repeat the question?
The question was, what message would you leave for the future of disability?
The message I would leave is everybody's different, but everybody's worth something. So you've got to be proud of who you are. Yeah.
Having a disability has been really hard for me because it took a death of my dad to bring it on, and I never thought that I would have a disability in that way, and yeah, that's how it came to be. And now 2 years ago I've lost my mum and had another breakdown, but I think it's what you have in your future and in your life that can really change a person. So it can happen to anyone. Thank you.
I really don't like the word disability. So in the future, what I'd like to see is to take away the dis from the word disability and nurture the second part of the word, ability. So taking the dis from disability and nurturing ability.
So as I said before, I'm deaf, and I do have communication barriers in my life. So social events and things, there can be barriers there. Or like things like telehealth. They now provide closed captions. And so I can understand and clarify what's being said through the closed captions, which is quite simple and helps me to understand the language and the communication skills that I need for my literacy and for my communication, and that helps me clarify things in the world. Thanks.
So for me, being autistic and ADHD, it's really all about the way I can navigate the world and perceive how it works and the interactions and stuff. And I think when it comes to disability and barriers, well, barriers are everywhere, but I think it's important to figure out which ones need to be there and which... I do not know where I'm going with this. Can you sort of see what I'm saying, Andy?
Yeah, I can. Do you want to just wrap things up with one final thought that you have on a message that you could send if you want to future? No pressure, no pressure.
How much time we got? Garp.
What did we say when we got together about there? What were the big words that we said?
What big words?
When we got together, go team. Go team manifesto.
I thought I said don't be shit.
Go team.
We're here for you.
Oh, you know what? For this, we don't really need words. It speaks for itself.
Go team. Woo! Go us.
It's okay to be shit. And you're not. But if you are, that's okay. That was so brilliant. That's right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. We're almost at the end.
Home stretch.
Home stretch.
Yeah.
Okay, so the digital program, we have the First Nations Deaf and Disabled Yarning Circle. Sorry.
Welcome to country.
Oh, sorry, the slide.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And Alter State opening event, and the Alter State Symposium Day 1 and Day 2, with more to be announced, will be on demand. Also on our digital program, we have RMIT 2075. Woo! RMIT table. Oh yeah, okay, so it's 2075. Barriers as we know them now no longer exist, and we're going to show you that world. So you can teleport into the futures imagined by today's emerging change makers. Our soon-to-be leaders share their ideas for tomorrow and beyond. These are the students commissioned by the RMIT Creative Student Life, and they'll be presenting video works as part of the We Belong Accessibility Art Project. Their works were seeded during a roundtable series to platform the voices of students who are deaf, disabled, and living with disability. And the roundtables explored the students' experiences at a university campus, sensory experiences of belonging, community building, and collective dreams of CRIP futurity. I don't know how to say that. CRIP futurity. Futurity. Okay.
And the other film festival presented by Arts Access Victoria and ACME. And I would like to invite to the stage Fiona Toomey, who's the artistic director, to come up and say a few words about the other film festival. Just before we do that, there's the image description, which is from Sophie O'Golan's film Threshold. We see a red figure whose arms are captured in movement. Thank you, Fiona.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you, everyone. And look, 224 is really exciting as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Other Film Festival. So we invite you as part of Alder State to explore the future now with us. We're excited to present breakthrough cinema with a major focus on Australian short films, showcasing a new wave of disability positive cinema to uncover untold stories and ways of being in the world, developing a screen culture where deaf and disabled people are at the centre of storytelling, not marginalised, imitated or spoken about. The Other Film Festival 224 is also presented in partnership with ACME. Our screening program will be on ACME Cinema 3, streaming across Australia for free from the 3rd to the 16th of October. Importantly, I'd also like to thank the Other Film Festival's major funding partners, Screen Australia, Vic Screen, and City of Melbourne. So we look forward to enjoying great cinema from the 3rd to 16th of October. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. Ooh.
Our favourite. My favourite.
Your favourite.
Parties! Party! Everyone put your hands in the air like this and go, party! Yeah. Okay, so the opening night is Disabled Futures.
And it's co-curated by myself, which will be interesting, and the creative lead, Jodie Mundy. This is a night designed for you to remember, Disabled Futures. I invite audiences to collectively witness moments of the intimate, the taboo, and utterly hilarious from some of Australia's leading deaf and disabled artists from all over the country. With Disabled Futures beckoning for radical care as a human birthright to exist only as we are, this lineup of artists is set to shake up the feathers and let the hair down. The lineup is soon to be announced, however, we are delighted to confirm Walter Kadiki, Australia's lead Auslan poet, who is pictured in this image right here.
The next party is Disabled and Sexy. And the host, I'm very excited, the deaf community will be thrilled, is co-hosted by Australia's own deaf drag queen darling, Mademoiselle Coco, also known as Andrew Wiltshire, that's right, and myself. So, let me tell you about this party. It is presented by Arts Centre Melbourne, Alta State, Arts House and Melbourne Fringe. The image here that we see is an Aboriginal femme person kneeling with a leg extended. Of an Aboriginal femme presenting person kneeling with a leg extended. They are wearing a pink leotard, print costume and holding a whip above their head with a long plait hanging down their body and drag makeup with pink, blue and purple lighting. So this lineup is very steamy. There's DJs and a very sexy dress-up competition. And this is an invitation for all of you to come dressed in your hottest party-goer threads for this very fun-fueled Alta State finale event. As mentioned, co-hosted by Mademoiselle Coco and yours truly, Disabled and Sexy is a night of fun, kinky, seductive acts by outrageously hilarious people such as comedian Thomas Banks, who's here, fierce and proud Wiradjuri Gamilaroi trans performer Kitty Obsidian, goddess and futurist pop musician Navi Karan, our side show star Sarah Birdgirl, deaf queer queens Sam Martin and Nathan Borg, and award-winning drag and circus artist Femme Fatale. Whoa! And get ready to dance to party starters DJ Kin and DJs Aquenta, also known as Kin Francis or Rihanna Head Toussaint, who just had their show at Rising, the party, who's Crip Rave Theory, that's it, the name slipped out of my mind. So get ready to dance, dress up, and guess who's going to be judging the competition, best dress competition? Carly Finlay, such the influencer, and Renee Barker-Mulholland. So they're going to be serving up the night, checking out all of your threads. There will also be a photographer doing portrait sittings, and all of you who sit in the portraits will be part of an exhibition in 2026, Alta State, which will be really, really exciting. The foyer in Arts House will be taken over. There'll be a quiet space, and also the upstairs terrace and the studios will be a place to come and chill out and catch your breath. So this is a party for everybody, and we want to see all of you there, and it's going to be really, 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 really fun. Okay, so finally, we're here. We want to thank our foundation partners, which include Creative Victoria and Arts Access Victoria, our allies, Creative Australia, and the generous support of the Mark Robinson OAM and Anne Robertson with the Granges Foundation, and our partners and alliances. So here we go. Yirramboy, Arts House, ACME, National Gallery of Victoria, MAV, Multicultural Arts Victoria, Melbourne Recital Centre, Footscray Community Arts Centre, the Victorian College of the Arts, RMIT, Monash, Melbourne Fringe. We've been very busy. Thank you all to all of you partners for coming and supporting the future of disabled futures, and it really is a glimpse of what's to come. Thank you to all the staff here at ACM and AAV, and we also want to acknowledge Wendy O'Neill, who is in the room today, who was a big part in making Alter State a reality. You're here somewhere. Where are you, Wendy?
Thank you and congratulations, Jodie Mundy, Creative Lead of Alter State. And congratulations to all the staff of Alter State here at Arts Centre Melbourne and at Arts Access Victoria, as well as to all of the allies and all of the supporters, artists and audiences of Alter State. The full program will be available in time. The program announced today will be available online from tomorrow for bookings, and there will be more lineups and confirmations of artists and participants in the coming months leading up to the festival. For now, we invite you all to join us at the bar, B-A-R-R-E, it is a ballet pun, on level 6 for drinks and nibbles and conversations about the festival to come. For wayfinding and access, the bar is on level 6, we're currently on level 8. You can either go down the grand staircase and then to the other end of the building at ground level on level 6, or you can start on this level, go right to the other end of this foyer and down in the lifts to level 6. Congratulations to Arts Access Victoria on a significant anniversary year this year. It's 50, isn't it? It's 50. Congratulations on 50 years of Arts Access Victoria, and we look forward to welcoming you all to Alter State in October. Congratulations, everyone, and now it's time to party.